Are you interested in urban ecosystem services? Our summary today works with the article titled How Ecosystem Services Drive Urban Growth, Integrating Nature-Based Solutions from 2021 by Haozhi Pan, Jessica Page, Cong Cong, Stephan Barthel, and Zahra Kalantari, published in the Anthropocene journal. This is a great preparation to our next interview with Hudson Worsley in episode 280, talking about ecosystem services for urban futures. Since we are investigating the future of cities, I thought it would be interesting to see how ecosystem services are influencing urban growth. This article highlights the connection between human decisions, ecosystem services, and land cover changes in urban areas.
What is the future for cities? Do you want to learn more about them? Do you want to know how others think about them? Do you want to be part of the conversation? Then this is the right place.
Welcome to today's What is the Future for Cities podcast and its research episode. My name is Fanny, and today I will introduce a research paper by summarizing it. The episode really is just a short summary of the original paper, and in case it is interesting enough, I would encourage everyone to check out the whole paper and stay tuned until the end because I will give you the 3 most important things and some questions which would be interesting to discuss. Nature-based solutions, also known as NBS, are increasingly seen as critical for addressing the myriad challenges posed by rapid urbanization, including climate change, urban heat island, and flooding. By mimicking and enhancing natural processes, NBS provide environmental, social, and economic benefits that help create resilient and sustainable cities. These solutions can include interventions such as green roofs, urban forests, and wetlands, which help manage stormwater, reduce heat, and enhance biodiversity. Despite their potential, urban planning has often failed to fully incorporate NBS, particularly in terms of managing land use and mitigating the impact of human development on ecosystems. Ecosystem services, which are the benefits people receive from nature, play a key role in urban resilience. These services include vital functions like air purification, water filtration, and temperature regulation, all of which directly impact human well-being. However, unchecked urban growth has led to the degradation and loss of these services, exacerbating issues like pollution, heat stress, and biodiversity loss. By integrating NBS into our urban planning, cities can safeguard these ecosystem services, promoting a healthier, more sustainable urban environment. This paper aims to investigate how accessibility to ecosystem services influences human decision-making around land use and urban development, using Stockholm County as a case study. Previous studies have explored the role of land use and land cover change, also known as LUCC models, in analyzing human-nature interactions. The importance of land use and land cover change models in understanding the relationship between human activity and natural systems has been well documented in the literature. These models have traditionally focused on the spatial impacts of urban growth, but they are increasingly being used to assess the role of ecosystem services in shaping these patterns. Early studies highlighted how proximity to natural areas, such as parks and water bodies, can increase the desirability of urban spaces, influencing residential and commercial development decisions. However, current planning models often fail to incorporate these insights into policy, limiting their effectiveness in managing land use sustainably. Recent research has emphasized the need for performance-based urban planning that explicitly integrates ecosystem services into decision-making, rather than relying on traditional zoning approaches that restrict development in certain areas. Performance-based models focus on maximizing the benefits of ecosystem services while balancing urban growth. Studies have also underscored the value of mapping the supply and demand for ecosystem services, which helps identify areas where urban development pressures might outstrip the ecosystem's ability to provide necessary services like clean air, water, and recreation spaces. Additionally, the concept of ecosystem disservices, where nature can have negative impacts on urban environments, like allergens or pests, has also gained traction in recent research. These studies argue that urban planning must account for both the benefits and challenges posed by natural systems. As cities expand, understanding how to balance the positive and negative aspects of ecosystem services becomes crucial. This study builds on this body of work by explicitly modeling ecosystem services as both drivers of land use change and outcomes of urban growth, helping to fill a critical gap in the existing literature. The study focused on Stockholm County in Sweden, using a social ecological systems model to assess the relationship between ecosystem services and urban growth. The model was applied to a 30 by 30 meter grid, incorporating factors such as population, employment centers, transportation access, and the value of local ecosystem services. Data was gathered from regional authorities and spatial databases to analyze land cover types and ecosystem service values. Areas with high accessibility to ecosystem services, such as parks and green spaces, were more likely to attract residential and commercial development. However, this relationship is nonlinear. While some areas with high ecosystem service accessibility experienced significant growth, others remained less developed due to local constraints or policies. For example, the study showed that urban centers with high accessibility to ecosystem services tend to expand more rapidly than outlying areas. At the same time, certain peri-urban regions, despite their high ecosystem service potential, exhibit low development probabilities due to factors like zoning laws and limited infrastructure. Urban planning needs place-specific nature-based solutions. Policymakers should consider zoning laws that protect high-value ecosystems while promoting sustainable growth in areas with low ecosystem service accessibility. In addition, strategies like ecological restoration or creating green belts can enhance ecosystem services in developing areas. Urban planners can use this model to prioritize areas for intervention, ensuring that future growth aligns with ecosystem service availability. Such approaches not only help protect nature, but also improve the quality of life for urban residents. Ecosystem services play a crucial role in driving urban development. By integrating nature-based solutions into land use planning, cities can promote sustainable growth while preserving valuable natural resources. This practical model offers the steps to integrate nature-based solutions into urban growth strategies, providing a roadmap for sustainable development in cities worldwide. What was the most interesting part for you? What questions did arise for you? Do you have any follow-up questions? Let me know on Twitter at WTF4Cities or on the WTF4Cities.com website where the transcripts and show notes are available. Additionally, I will highly appreciate if you consider subscribing to the podcast or on the website. I hope this was an interesting paper for you as well, and thanks for tuning in. Finally, as the most important things, I would like to highlight 3 aspects. First, ecosystem services are a major driver for urban growth, especially in areas with high accessibility to nature. Second, urban planners must use nature-based solutions to balance development and ecosystem preservation. And third, place-specific strategies are crucial for managing urban expansion while maintaining ecosystem services. Additionally, it would be great to talk about the following questions. 1. How might urban planning look different if we fully integrated both the benefits and disservices of natural ecosystems? 2. In what ways could prioritizing ecosystem services influence housing and commercial development in urban areas? And 3, how do you think nature-based solutions can reshape the way we design and plan future cities?
What is the Future for Cities podcast?